up, YouTube? What's up? So we are here today to talk about my new series, my new MyLeague coming into effect. First, I'm gonna go pretty much on how it came to be. So, I have my eras leagues. I think it was the early 2000s. I was stuck in a game and I kept saving to quit. I simmed it, tried everything, and it didn't work. It just kept loading and loading and loading, trying to give me my VC for it. So what I did, I deleted it. I ain't gonna lie. So I had a void to fill, and what I did is what I do almost every 2K. I'm not gonna lie. I think I've done this since I want to say 2K17, maybe 18. I brought it back because I'm a big history buff, big basketball buff. Put two together, and we're here. So we got the 50s, we got the 60s. Now, what I did, I started it off in the 50s. We're in what I want to say 1955-ish, maybe, with this. So, yeah, there's some actual NBA players in this free agency. Yes, there is. Now, some of them, don't get me wrong, they're actual players that are supposed to be in here. You see? So this is just the roster though. Now I go through here, you're gonna see some teams are empty or they got these letter name people, and some still have players. The reason for that being is because there was only like 10 teams at the time in the league, 10 and 8 teams during the 50s and during the 60s. So there's only a few teams out here. Now, what I wanted to do to give it still that new feel is what I did is I put most of the people on teams that either sorry, they either have no championships or they maybe have one. They don't have too much history because they haven't been in the league that long. Now, don't get me wrong, the Clippers, they've been in the league for a long time. Now, they've been in the league for a long time only because they weren't always the Clippers. You could go back and say, let's see, when did they come in? The Buffalo Braves. That's when they really came on the scene. And when they came on the scene in 1970, 71, they've been in the league that long and still haven't got a championship. Same with the Suns. They came in 67, 68 and get no championship. So we have them, the Clippers, and we also have the Suns. So I'm gonna get to that. And here are some people. This guy right here is actually one of the famous 50 hoopers from the 50s. This is another one right here as well, Earl Lloyd. He and Chuck Cooper and Nat Clifton broke the color barrier for the NBA as being the first African Americans to be drafted into the NBA. Earl Lloyd was the first to actually get to play in a game, and then it was, I think, Chuck's game after him, and then Nat's game, or maybe it was Nat and then Chuck's game. I think out of the three, I think they said Nat had the best debut. I think he had like 10 and 8, 10 points and 8 rebounds or something like that. Earl, he had like no. Nat had like 18 and 8. I think it was Earl that had 10 and 8. So yeah, and then Chuck Cooper had like 12 and maybe 6 points. I think it was 12 points and 6 rebounds. I mean, or maybe it was assists. Then this is another great guy from the 50s, Larry Faust. He went up against George Mikan, Mr. Basketball himself, all the time in the 50s. He was really the only one big enough to body him around like that. Not too many others did that. Then we have here Bob Pettit. This should be his rookie season, if I'm not mistaken. I think he came in. Okay, no, this is his sophomore year because it's going off of 55. And then here's Cliff Hagan. I don't know what I got him. Okay, I kind of just put him in here. He should be actually younger than that. Then okay, I will go edit that. But you know these guys. Well, some of you don't, but Bob Pettit, Cliff Hagan, some more great 50s and 60s guys. Bob Pettit played through the 50s and 60s, playing against Bill Russell and Wilt and all of them. At this time, they're the St. Louis Hawks, and then they become the Atlanta Hawks later on. But I don't know if he gets to see that day. Yeah, I don't think he gets to see that because that's in 68. But we'll see how it goes. And then this is also another guy right here. Great great big man, even though he was not that big in stature. He was another great Hawk. And let's see, that was him. We got this squad right here. I'm not too keen on this cavalry guy. I'm not too keen on him, but I know Bones McKinney. He was another nice shooter around this time. Scorer, would you say? That's big at the forward position. And then there's Bob Ferrick. There's another great scorer of this time, at this age. Another great guard in this league. Then we got Alex Groza, another big of the 50s that was dominant like Mikan. He was another one that gave Mikan some problems every now and then, but to be honest, Mikan was just so dominant. It was, his league. Then we got Ralph Beard, another great guard, great shooter, played, and you gotta remember that the league is small at this time. They're small. Most of the guys are small. And we got his guy. He's 5'10", playing shooting guard and the forward position. It's crazy, right? But that's how it was back in the day. The average height around this time in the league was like 6'4", and nowadays it's 6'7", 6'8" in the NBA, current NBA. And it's another shooter right there, Haskins. see, we got Dolph Shay's team right here with the Nationals, Syracuse Nationals. Dolph was another great big of this time. Great bucket getter, really. That's what I could put him at. Um, and the funny thing is, his son got to play in the NBA as well. Second generation. He played with the Nuggets, I want to say, and the Pacers. I know he definitely played for the Nuggets though, in like the 80s, 70s and 80s. Danny Shays and Dolph Shays. But yeah, I don't know any more people on this Nationals team besides Dolph. It's like this was his guard. Let's see, that name looks familiar. And then, yeah, like I said, we still got a few NBA players in here that I kept. As you can see, it's prominently white right now, but that's only due to what we were just talking about earlier. The league is just like that right now. It's the 50s, you know? The color barrier just got broken. It's not too many of them out here like that. I think I did that right. I was trying to make sure his age is right because we got um Nat Clifton right here. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, their age is right. Making sure age or years pro at least. Alright, he got 6. It's supposed to be 4. I'll go edit that. Well, I'll have to go edit that in the actual league. We'll go to that in a second. But there's Nat Clifton, the Sweetwater, the Harlem Globetrotter made to the NBA. You know, Nat Clifton, everyone. Great playmaker, great rebounder. He could score inside. Well, shoot it a little bit here and there. Then we got Richie Gearin, you know, another bucket getter of this time. The playmaker. Harry Glatton, another big for this team with Nat Clifton. Rebound, um, pass, shoot, you know, same thing. Carl Braun, another great Nick. Dick McGuire, another great Nick playmaker. um, that was about their starting lineup right there, to be honest, at this time. I don't know how they have it set up in the league, but that's pretty much their starting lineup right there. Then we got right here, this should be the Warriors, Philadelphia Warriors, if I'm not mistaken. With Paul Harrison, probably the best scorer of this decade right here in the 50s. With Joe Folks, another great scorer. You know, this combo, this duo right here, many points putting up right there. See that Andy Phillip, a great guard for them. Same Bob. Then they had Mikan's brother, Ed Mikan, on the team as their big. Didn't make as much noise as his brother, but he did the job, you know. He got the job done with the Warriors. Then we have here, this should be the Rochester. I think this is the Rochester Royals. They're not Cincinnati Royals just yet, but they will be. I don't got it up here, but they're supposed to turn into the Cincinnati Royals soon. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 58. Maybe when I think whenever my first trades come in. No, when my second I mean, not trades. My second draft comes in, but Maurice Stokes, probably the I want to say the LeBron of this era. The He had a play style like, I would say, like a uncoordinated LeBron, Charles Barkley type Giannis. He just boards, assists, points, shot. He could shoot that thing. Like, he was just built different. He only got to play 3 years due to him getting knocked down, going for a rebound, and hitting his head on the hardwood. And there could have been so much that could have came out of this, if he did not get injured, and if Jack, his teammate, if you don't know, there's the Jack Twyman Trophy or Award or whatever. That's for Jack, because after Maurice got injured, he pretty much looked out for him all the time. He looked out for his buddy Maurice. Like they until the day he died, he was like just checking on him, sometimes helping take care of him, and just being there. That's why the teammate reward, like that award, is named after Jack. That you could check out the Jack Twyman story. It's about him and Maurice. Um, but yeah, Jack, he was a bucket getter too, man. He's got them buckets. He shoot, rebound, do the things. He was like a Larry Bird of this era, I would say. To be honest, Luca maybe another example you could give for that. He was nice. He was nice. But what I was going with, like, if Maurice didn't get hurt and if Jack didn't really, I don't want to say like quit. He didn't really quit. It just like after a while, I think it got to him with Maurice being injured, like he was, and just not being able to play. But there could have been a crazy, crazy Fab Five in Cincinnati. Because you got to think here, Maurice there, Jack Twyman there. They're about to get Jerry Lucas. They're about to get Oscar Robinson, and they're about to get Embry. Wayne Embry. Wayne Embry is pretty much the same player as Maurice, but built bigger. Not so slim, but built like a freaking linebacker. Like he's built like Zion type built, but like more stocky. If that's even possible to like for you to imagine and envision. That's what Wayne Embry was. He would have been at the big. Maurice right there at the 4. Would have had Twyman at the 3. And then Jerry Lucas. Well, Twyman probably could have been at the 3 or the 2. Jerry Lucas could have been at the 3, actually. And then they're all tall at that. And having Oscar Robinson at the Big O at the point, that team would have been unstoppable. That's the only problem. They were the most almost like they're the probably biggest what if in NBA history because they would have changed the league so much at that time in the 60s. You got to think you got Bill Russell dominating them out like pretty much outright just dominating them cuz you can't get over that hump, you know? But at the same time, you got to deal with Wilt Chamberlain, Hal Greer, and their team, with the Warriors, the Philadelphia Warriors. So just put them two in the mix, Stokes and Twyman, and Embry, with Oscar Robertson and Jerry Lucas. Put that team together in the 60s. There's probably a lot of different outcomes. That's probably like three, four championships taken away from Bill Russell right there, just for the fact of them not making it to the finals because they gotta go over them, or them just losing to them in the finals. Let me say that because I think whenever they're in Rochester and still in Cincinnati, I think they're still in the Western Conference. I think they're still in the Western Conference. But whenever Wilt's team goes from Philly to San Francisco, then Wilt's got to deal with them trying to get over the hump to get to the finals again. You know, and he only got there a few times. He got there, but only won one with the Warriors. Then won the other one with Lakers. But you got to think like, the Royals had that super team. Would he really even made it at all? Like you gotta say, like they said, Maurice gave him problems. Well, at the time, whenever Maurice was playing, he gave him problems when he was rookie. If that was the case, and that was just Maurice's last year able to play, just think of the years that would have come if it was a problem for him to play against Maurice. Mo, Big Mo, that's what they called him, Mo, Big Mo. So you got Big Mo, Big O, you got Jack, you got Jerry Lucas, Wayne Embry. Come on now, that's crazy. That would have been a crazy sight to see right there. And then even with Wayne Embry playing through those years, they said Wayne held his own. You know, being undersized, just like Maurice here, going up against the Towers. Wayne held his own against the Walt Bellamy's, the Zelmo Beatties, Wilt Chamberlains, the Bill Russells. You know, Willis Reed. This is the 60s, baby. Wayne Embry held his own. You don't think Maurice, Big Mo, couldn't help him out a little bit, even more? With both of them down there? Come on now. Come on now. And that's not it. That's not all. Like I'm just at the first two of this team. You got Arnie Rison right here. You got Bob Davies. You got Bobby Wentz. You got a great team. And then Red Holzman all the way down here. Fred Scholar. Like this team right here. This is the original Royals. The 50s Royals. They was a nice team back then. And then them getting the Bill Calhoun, yep, is a great commentator in the 70s right there. But like I said, what was I saying? But yeah, this team pretty much real talented, real talented. This is the Rochester Royals turned into Cincinnati Royals. It's a great team right here. Big at this time, this team was what the Celtics became in the 60s almost, you could say. But they were overpowered by the Warriors, the Philadelphia Warriors with Horizon and all of them. You know, there's a lot of talent in this time. You know, it's more top heavy, you would say. But at the same time, you gotta think there's only 10 teams. There's only 8 teams. You know, 10, 8 teams. That's all the best talent that you got. All that you only can get put in 10, 8 teams in the same league. Not 30. It's not spread it out. Everyone's either with each other or going against each other almost every night. You're going against the best of the world. That's like you condensing the NBA now and just putting it, let's say, not even 2 and 10, because that's even harder to do, I would say, because that's what 10 teams, that's only 130 people. You probably could do that with the stars in the league today. You could probably do that, but that would be tough. You know, that league right there, that league would be tough. Just think of it as like look at the ESPN top 150 list, right? So don't even do 10, do 15 teams, and then put all those of that 150 in a pool in a custom let's say fantasy draft pool, right? Get, give them a draft. You can't tell me that there's not going to be at least 3, 4 teams on there that you're going to look at, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm not playing against them. I don't even know who to bet for, because you can't tell, because there's so much talent on all those teams. You know, you're gonna probably get a team of a mix. Like you will get the Bucks. You get the say you got Dame and Giannis, and then you got Jokic and Tatum and KD and Harden. You probably got all on the same team almost. Like you know, like you're gonna have at least 40% of the teams are gonna have uh all-star starting five or all NBA starting five. It's that's just insane to think about, but that's kind of where we're at when we're in the 50s and the 60s. Spread it out too much until the 70s and all that. But that doesn't take away from there's still talent in the league during the 70s that gets looked away from too. And we'll touch on that a little bit later, but we're in the 50s and 60s right now, you know? And here's the Celtics before Bill Russell gets there, you know? We got Bob Cousy, we got the Coos, we got Bill Sharman, you know, the sharpshooter. Got Tom Heinsohn, Tommy, Coach Heinz. We got Al McCauley, another big. This is another shooter. Then there's Chuck Cooper, you know. Trying to think of any other guys that we missed out on. But that's the team for right now. Red Auerbach, that's what he had to deal with for now until Bill Russell came. They needed a real big body. They didn't have one except Ed McCauley, you know? They actually had another big at the time too, but I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But Bill said it in one of his documentaries of the guy that pretty much mentored him. That name's gonna drive me crazy because I'm pretty sure we passed his name too. He just ain't on the team at this time. It might have been Groza. I want to say it. It might have been. I don't know off the bat. I'm kind of questioning it. Wait, why is Bones on here twice? I just noticed that. We'll have to fix that as well. Oh, that might be who it is that I'm thinking of, though. That might have been who mentored him. But I can't think of it off the top of my head, but yeah. These are just extras, by the way. The Suns and the Thunder are extras because there was so many people that I had to put in here. So I made 2 extra teams. So there's actually 12 teams in the league at this time instead of 10. It's gonna be crazy. This league, there's gonna be a lot of retirements that probably gonna happen that shouldn't happen as well. Cause like as you can see here, Bones is 31 in this one. I don't know why there's 2 of him. That is throwing me off. That is really throwing me off. I'm gonna have to fix that. though, in the actual one. I'll probably just change his name out because he's not even supposed to be on this team anyway, him or Buddy. Um, I'm not sure what was going on with this one, but it is what it is. I think he was on the Capitals at this time, so that's why the one on Charlotte, the Hornets is right. This one's wrong. I'll probably just switch his name out for somebody else. Uh, yeah. So like, just keep him in there though. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, but we added them. So we made the Suns. They're the Chicago Stags, and we made the Thunder, the Providence Steamrollers. So they're kind of back in the league. Both of these teams. Crazy thing is, they just got kicked out. Well, didn't get kicked out, but they just got disbanded in the league. I want to say 3 years ago, four, three, 3 years ago at this time, 4 years ago at this time, because yeah, these were I think the last few teams of the start in. I think they started out with like 16, maybe 14 teams, 15, somewhere around that number of teams, and then they just got folded and wrapped up in garbage. But we're gonna make it work. All right. Then here's the Minneapolis Lakers. Got Mr. Basketball himself, George Mikan. Then we got Jim Pollard, got Slater Martin, Vern Mickelson, Bob Harrison. Pretty much there, you know. There's Arnie. So yeah, this is pretty much their main guys right there. All of them. Jim and Slater, Vern Mickelson was pretty much the to say the Batman, the Flash, and Green Lantern to Clark Kent. This is Clark Kent. This is Superman. At the time, you got to think it's the 1950s. World War II was like 10 years ago, just about 10 years ago. Superman came out in the comic books around the time. There's a guy, tall, powerful man playing sports with glasses. Look like reading glasses. Can't help but to call him Clark Kent at this time. That's how he got that nickname. Clark Kent, Mr. Basketball, Superman. There you go. Original Superman right there. And, yeah, this is pretty much his, like I said, Batman, his Flash, and Green Lantern. His Justice League right here. Nice squad. Nice squad. And that should do it for everyone. That's the roster at least. So what I did also, I'm keeping track of the times the team changes their names and teams get added into the league. So this is the 55-56 season, right? Our first draft won't happen until the 57 season. And when that 57 season comes about, that will be the first created players draft as well. We'll get on to that in a second. How did I do the drafts now is more what I want to get at. So, we got the league right there and everything. Y'all know the all-times, and then you got the historic drafts as well. So some people are already in the drafts. So you ain't got to worry too much about them. So we go here. There's Wes. He's not in the league just yet. 68. We ain't got to worry about him too much. See, shit. He's not in the league. 71. We ain't got to worry about him. Let's see. Don Old. That's a good one. And Jack Marin, there's a good one. All right. So the Bullets, Washington Bullets. Oh yeah, and he was with the Pistons. I forgot with the Fort Wayne Pistons as well. So we have here. This is Don O. All right, another great scorer of this time. We got him here. Right, he coming into the league 58. He comes in the league at 58. 58. Right. Jack Marin coming in the league 66. Cool. I want to say I might have not done Don O right because looking at it, he should be in the Bill Russell draft, and I'm not sure if he is or not. Now looking back on it, um, we got here, we got Nate Thurman, 63. Rick Barry, 65. Got some names, um, you know, 71, not too bad, too crazy there. Let's try up here. Pretty sure we got him. There's Bill Russell, 56 draft, right? Got him, 56 draft. There's Dick Collins, then Casey Jones and all of them. Just some names. Just throw out a few. Let me see. Let me think. We got Wilt, all that. Al Greer, all that. So usually, I know you're trying to see where I'm going with this. Usually, their ages, right, are something else other than what it actually says right there. Some of them, I didn't have to change the age. I just had to change the years pro. As you can see, he has no years pro. You see that? Let's see another person I did. Zero. You see that? Let's see right here. Zero. Let's see, Jerry Sloan only got two, but he really played longer in the because you go to someone else, 11 years in the league. You know what I'm saying? That's how many years they played in the league. It's not just going off of them at that time. It's going off how many years they played in the league up to that point on that team or just in general. In general. So, going back to that being said, you see 2 years? 2 years. That's going off of their, what, sophomore year? That's just what we're going off of right there with them. Let's see, he's not in the league. Let's see here. Oh, 2 years again for him. Rookie for him. Rookie. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this, though. That's kind of where I went into my bags of tricks with this league per se. In the draft, I had to play it smart, and get my best out of it. Okay. So we go here to my NBA, and then you go to the historic. You see, there's no 50s drafts, right? Only starts at 60, and then it skips 4 years and goes all the way to 65. Then it skips 3 more years and goes to 69, and then it goes to 70. But then it skips 3 more years again, goes just to 74. Then it skips a year and goes to 76, and then we're on track. So what is going on with all these drafts in this time period? You say, the drafts weren't that heavy. No, they weren't that heavy. It wasn't that. No, it wasn't that they weren't heavy in talent. It wasn't that. The draft pool was just abolished? No, no, people were still getting drafted even if they didn't play basketball. People swimming, people running track got drafted. You know, um, ABA. Ding, ding, ding. ABA is starting around at this time. The ABL and the ABA is starting around this time period, and people are playing in these leagues, and they're not going to the NBA just yet because they're getting drafted to the NBA after they play years in these other leagues, not after they come straight out of college all the time. There's too many leagues going on at this time, and that's in the 60s. But we have here my fix for that. My fix was, all right, it's the first draft, right? No, 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 this is not the first draft. This is the first draft. We have here my 2, 3 creative players right there, right? They're coming into the league as well. But then you got Bill Russell, you got Casey Jones. Bill Russell, 56. Casey Jones, 56. And then here's a random creative player that was already, like, he was already built in. I don't know how. I just changed his name, but he was already built in, like he was belonged here. So I didn't do anything. I just kept him like he was. I don't know who this man was. That's the crazy thing. I don't know who he was. He's just in here already. Look at that. I don't know. He like was already in here. All I had to do was change his name, and yeah. So, and then you see these guys, their years are just all around, just bouncing different numbers, right? And then you see the overall drop. So, with that being said, I wasn't about to just have a draft and it be for what, one, two, three, four, five people, 6 people if you want to count the random. I wasn't about to do that. And then I wasn't about to keep going every year, just every year. So I mixed it up. Like this is my world. This is my league. You know? So what I did, I had these guys just as um some extra, pretty much you wanna say. Some leeway, give you some leeway and some more addition to the draft. So it wouldn't be just crazy empty. At least that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 people, 11 people. There's 12 teams. That's not bad. One team's just getting the bottom end of the stick with that, you know? And they're getting the bottom end because, I mean, they probably won the championship anyway. They don't need no one. So, I mean, it's all good there. You know? It's all good there. So, with that being said, that's the first one. That's going to be 1957. And y'all heard me when I said we're starting the league out 1955, 1956. So, what we're doing with that, we're skipping a year. How are we skipping a year, you want to ask? We're skipping a year by just doing this, and then we're filling in the void. So we go here, and 40 overall, 40 overall, 40 overall, 40 overall. Those are my filler drafts. Those are just my fill-ins for until I get to my drafts that I have my actual people in. So, like I just said, that was the 57. Here's the 58. This one's probably the only other back-to-back. These are probably the only back-to-back drafts. Right here, the first 3 are the first back-to-back drafts of people. And only 2 of them are my creative people. and then the next created one would be in the 63 with my created people. So that gives the first, how many is it? Four? The first four, I think it is. First four created players. That gives them what, 6 years, 6 and 5 years to do something in that league, win or awards, records, all that. It gives them 6 and 5 years until they get more competition from another creative people, which come in 63. But that doesn't go away from the fact that the 59 draft, oh, you talking about talent. Oh yeah, that draft is crazy talented. I'm not even gonna say the 59 and probably the 65 are some crazy drafts. Those are probably the crazy ones for us in that order, I would say. Cause let me see, this next one was the 58, and then this is another creative player draft, right? So it's a pretty good draft as well right here. We got my creative player, the MJ, you know. We got Wilt, Elgin coming in, Wayne coming in, Sam Jones coming in. We got Bailey Howell coming in. We got Hal Greer. We got Don O. We got Big O. We got Jerry West. We got Rudy LaRusso, Tom Sanders, Dick Barnett, Lenny Wilkins. And the crazy thing is, so you see here, Dick Barnett, he's pretty good, but he's also on some all-time teams because he played for a while. So I go here, import. I still have people that need their buff, you know. So this is the Magic and Bird draft. That's gonna be the last draft that I get out of these people. It's gonna be Magic and Bird will be the last draft of any player types. So here's Bill Cunningham's year 2, his sophomore year. Wilt Chamberlain, his 6th year. Who is this? Dr. J's 8th year. Kareem's sophomore year. You know. Let's see. We got John Havlicek's his year 5. We got everything in here, man. Pistol Pete sophomore year in his 4th year. Big O's 2nd year. You saw him in the draft, but that wasn't even him all his full potential. His full potential comes here. These are pretty much everyone's peak or the near end prime, you know? That's what these all are for people. There's Debussier, you know? There's Dick Barnett, it's year 5. So yeah. And there's Lenny Wilkins right there. And you see the drop off. When you see the drop off, you know that's all the players right there. That's a good amount right there, right? That's a good amount. That was for the what's that, 58. So that'd be 58. That's the back-to-back year right there. Then we got the next back-to-back, which hits in 59. No creative players, I remind you, in this draft. But it is a good draft, nonetheless. I think 71 is misspelled. I think that's supposed to be 75 actually, and that's the draft I was talking about. Or maybe that's it right there. That should be the Magic and Bird draft. I don't know what that 71 is. I'm gonna have to check that out too. I messed up there. Let me check it out right now, actually, before I do anything. Okay, let's see, the 71. What is 70 then? Okay, this one's the right one. This is the correct one. I need to delete that 71. Okay. I had to make sure before I just, go in and start deleting stuff without any knowledge of anything. Wait, where is it? Why ain't it in here no more? That's crazy. I can't delete it because it's right there. I need to make sure I don't use that draft. I need to put that in my notes. Put that in big red letters. And copy paste it just to make sure I get the memo there. I'm gonna have to use that draft. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I should get the memo from just looking at that now. But yeah. Got that. Get that. Alright. So, but yeah, 1970 was the right one. Did I even get to pull up the 59 one? I don't even think so. Alright, here's the 59 one. And this is why I said this one's probably the craziest one out of them all. Cause there is so many in this draft. It doesn't make sense. This draft, and like I said, the 65, and maybe the 70, probably both of those. Like, but they don't add up to this one. This one's probably the biggest and most talent in the draft. Oh my goodness, I did not notice Walt was. I kind of edited him myself though, so I should have known that it was. Yeah, that was wrong. Oh my goodness, that was wrong. That was so wrong. Oh my goodness. All right. Why are these people so old? They're not supposed to be that old. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That is way better. Alright. 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 My fault. Okay. But there's Rick, Wes, Unsell, Walt Bellamy's in here, Mel Daniels, Selmo Beatty. It's crazy. Lou Hudson, Connie Hawkins, got Earl Monroe. And if you haven't noticed, look at Connie, Zelmo, Walt. Custom. We work. We do this. Work. We do this. We do this. And look at all the people. They all have Chucks or some type of striped shoes, some type of Converse. I mean, striped socks or some type of Converse on. Or if they have to, they wear the Nike Blazers. But most of them, they got the Chucks on. This is how we had to do them. You know. And if you're wondering, like, why am I saying this? You don't know, not all these guys, most of them really, not even, there's not all of them, most of them, they don't have Chucks on. You have to put the Chucks on them. And that goes for almost all of them. Almost all of them. 70s down, not just 70s down. Let me go all the way to 76, 77 whenever it was getting more like to the um, Dr. J days and the signature shoes and of like the Adidas Superstars and all that. Some people are wearing Adidas Superstars. Don't get it wrong. Not everyone can wear Chucks because some people are actually sponsored or have a deal with certain shoe deals, or it's just the game's broke. Sometimes. So some people are wearing Nike Blazers. Some people are wearing Adidas Superstars. Some people are wearing Antas. Some people are wearing Peaks. But it's like only like one or two wearing those. But the league, I had to put Chucks on pretty much everyone. I had to put the certain shoes on everyone, and it's time consuming. It is, but that's where we're at with this. So I put the striped socks, make sure they got the shoes, had to change their accessories, all that. Go in and got the retro pads if they only had the regular pads, um, knee pads. Some of them they had the knee pad. You had to go to the retro. That's what we wore. That's what they wore. So you know, just that's how it goes. Just see striped. Some people don't really have that many accessories. It just had to make sure they got the striped socks and chucks. You know, and not everyone can wear chucks. That's where the overall drops, I think, right there. But this draft probably one of the most top heavy out of the drafts. Um, Most definitely most talented draft probably out of them. It's crazy that there says Bill Cunningham right there, but real Bill Cunningham I think was in this one too. Oh, okay. I was about to say he was in the other draft, but that's going to be the 59, right? So that's the last of the three back-to-backs. So 57, 58, 59, and then after that, we're not going to have an actual another draft from me. We're going to have the filler drafts with the 40 overalls from me until 63, like I said. So that gives my creative players, that gives them, and these guys right here, 6, 5, and these guys 4 years to do something with their careers until they get more talent coming in into the draft through the draft, and then through those years, let's see. I don't think too much is going to change. No teams get added, just team names get changed. But I can't even say that because I can't even change the bullets. Um, I can change them from Washington to Baltimore, but they're already the bullets because I couldn't find the Washington Capitals, and I wasn't about to edit that. I've been editing like crazy with stuff, and then I had to make settings. I still gotta test some more settings out for this. Let's see, it's 60. Let's see, 60, 61 season. That's when Lakers would go to LA. 62, 63, San Francisco Warriors, and then Philadelphia 76ers come on. So no more Syracuse Nationals. No more Philadelphia Warriors. Philadelphia Sixers. San Francisco Warriors. Okay. And then, like I said, 63, 64 is Baltimore. And then the first team to get added is the Chicago Bulls. But we already got the Chicago Stags. So what do I do with that? I might just keep the Stags so I can have some more teams in and keep the expansion rolling. I gotta see how many teams this comes out to actually. I did not check that for like the end, like the last part of this this is happening. Let's see. Where did the Braves? Cause they gotta get added in. Why is that? Okay, I didn't put it behind that. That's why I didn't put add with that. I'm like, I'm trying to read my notes real quick while I'm doing this too. Alright. So we need to count. So we could do either the Pacers. We could keep the Olympians, because Indiana Olympians, and then just add the Pacers as well, or change the Olympians to the Pacers. Because if I'm keeping the Stag and I'm keeping the Steamrollers, might as well, right? Keep history going too with that, with those teams. Might do that, and it'll be like a look back and let us know like this is the 50s, 60s, really 50s for those teams. But yeah, 50s, 60s, MyLeague. So with it being 12, we're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if we add the Pacers, that'll be adding 14. Add 14, that's only 26. So we're missing only 4 teams out of this. So the league will probably thin out around that time being, which would be a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, that's not bad. When do they go to Utah? Because I see they're New Orleans Jazz, 73, 74. I swear it was around this time whenever the Dallas Mavs came in. Because 79, 80, Dallas Mavs come in. Huh. We might not even get to that because my last draft is really going to be 75. And that's whenever Pacers, Nets, Spurs, and Nuggets come in. So I might leave off there and not even touch these. I might not even touch these. Okay. So got that, and then like you kind of get the gist of what's going on with these drafts, though. Um, I need to save this actually because I think I edited something. This is the 59, right? The 59 draft, and if you want to follow in the footsteps of what I got going on, just really all you gotta do is really just search my gamer tag. For the roster, search my gamer tag for the drafts, and you also can follow in the footsteps and do this as well. You know, this is the closest thing that you're probably going to get, to being able to do the 50s and the 60s together like this. If you want to tweak the drafts up a little bit more, you can do that. You're likely to do that. I'm just trying to get the best experiences possible. And that also goes with settings. So that's another thing you got to look out for is settings. So we have already made the league. Yes, we have the league right here. And I wish I thought of it before I started editing and even creating the league, but really before making the roster. I wish I did this in the 80s, in the my era 80s, but I don't know how it would have came out because I feel like the teams would have got automatically added in the league just off of rip because that's how it was going with the style of just the storyline of everything. So we got the rosters and everything now. There is something different that wasn't before. Now, that being said, oh yeah, I gotta fix this. Uh, that's Bones, right? Right there, that's Bones. And you might be able to tell just off rip because Bones, he wasn't an 89, he was an 81. See, 80, 81. He was 81. So, what's the difference now? Why is he all of a sudden 82 and 89? The only difference that was given to these guys, right? They have no 3 anymore. So I don't know how. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how his overall went up, but I just took out their 3. So yeah, but we rather change his name. We're gonna give him a say old man name. Ruben. Let's go.
McKnight.
McKnight. Yeah, Ruben McKnight. Whatever. Alright. That's good enough for me. The fact that he has a 32 layup is embarrassing. I'm gonna at least put that to a 60 something. Same with a close shot. You're a whole big, bro. I'm sorry. I had to help him out a little bit there. Free throw is not there. That is a good thing though, because there's not too many free throw shooters around this time. There really isn't. There are not really too many good free throw shooters. Let me put it that way. Why is the Stags capitalized? I just noticed that. I need to go and check that for the rosters. Their names. Is it just them? It's just them. Alright. So got that right there. Complete. And as you can see, we got jerseys as well. Just like they're supposed to be. Let me give you a good one. Not a good one, but just an example. Like this is the era that we're in. Yeah, as you can see, I gave everyone an alternate uniform because I think everybody probably gonna make it to the playoffs sooner or later, so we might as well have something for it, and not too many teams. So hopefully everyone will get to wear it as well. But yeah, that's where we're at with this. Just simple jerseys, simple jerseys. Literally, there's not too extra. The craziest jerseys out of everyone is probably the Nationals, but there's always been kind of a little extra Um, if you go to play with the Philadelphia 76ers on a Play Now game and you go scroll through the uniforms, you will see like what their jerseys look like. And like I said, this is the Washington Bullets right now. They're supposed to be the Capitals, but I couldn't find one, and I wasn't about to start editing one. But I did edit. Like I kind of tired myself out. I was editing, as you can see. Here's the Olympians, right there. I didn't even put Indiana on their jerseys. I just got their logo. Like I just couldn't, couldn't. But here's the Nationals. That's probably the closest thing to their actual stuff. And that's a good one for their away one actually. Um, they did have one that was red, but they also wore one just like this. It was red, white, and blue with the yellow. Um, but yeah, got that. So you got the Knicks here, and they're regular, Knickerbockers, you know. See here we got the Warriors the filla on it. You see that? You got the Cincinnati Royals. I didn't really do too much with them. I just kept it simple. Logo, number, logo number, logo number. Yep. I need to lower that. Why it's so high in the first place? And then we got, let's see, Boston in here as well. And that's all the teams. Like I said, there's only 12 teams. Get you a nice look around at the courts. Let's see here. You see, Celtics. I really was tempted to not put the logos in, like, I don't want to say all of them, but most of them. As you can see, the goals, that's the oldest school goal I could get. Really, it's not like it used to be. You used to be able to customize to the fullest and be able to get like that high school type of field goal with there's no stashing and under it holding it up. It's just hanging from the rafters or something, or you couldn't get no just old 60s looking, court and feel to it. I wish I could take the 3-point line away. This is the closest I can do. And if you look hard enough, you'll see it. But just looking at it from right here, right now, you don't see it. But you look hard enough, you'll see it. Me on um, my camera angle, you'll see it. But from up top, you don't see it. You don't see it. Let me show you. I'm gonna try to edit it a little bit more, but like you don't see it right there, right? If you look hard enough, though, you'll see it. It's not that hard to miss. It's literally right there in front of your faces, though. I can't do much else, though. Like, this is the closest, like, it's not too much you can do to keep it invisible. It's just hard. It's hard, you know? Hard to find anything to, like, help out with just it being not there. Because I wish I could just really just take it away completely, but you can't. Just can't. The closest that I could do to taking it away would be making the courts like I used to, but then that would take away from the look of the court, right? So I would used to say this is the court color, right? And then what I would do, I go in here and then do the same thing. Look there, and then do it right here, and then do it there. Look, they changed it though, where you still do that. Look, look, you can still see it clearly as day. Like they want it to be noticed. They want it to be noticed. So it's hard. It's hard to even do that. But like, what 2K12, 2K13, they had the legend challenges with Jerry West, Wilt, and Bill Russell. All them. There was no 3 point line. There was no 3 point line. There was no 3 point line. So you telling me after 10 plus years we couldn't implement that again? After 10 plus years, you couldn't just implement that again where there could be an option to take out the 3 point line. I understand the 3 point line is what makes the NBA today, da 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 da. But for things like this, of this nature, what I'm doing, or just for the heck of it and for fun, when people are playing Play Now, or even say a 2K event or something, for the mild players and stuff, or for my team, just an event, or just another Legends Challenge like you did with Jordan, and you got the Jordan moments and the Mamba moments or whatever, Jordan Challenge and Mamba moments. Why not be us the option? And then we can change the rules so much in the league. I could change the rules so much in this league, bro. Even if someone does shoot a three and they get fouled in this league that I have made right here, if they shoot a three and get fouled, they're only shooting 2 free throws. So if I can make that rule where they shooting a three and they get fouled off the three, they're not shooting 3 free throws, they're shooting 2. If I have the option to do that, why don't I have the option to make the 3 point line obsolete? Why don't I have that option? And not just make it obsolete, take it away. Like literally, that's all I have to do. Take it away. I mean, I wouldn't mind making it obsolete as a rule, and then it just being there and it not counting 3 points. But making it obsolete makes it even look more like it's supposed to, you know. Um, Everything. Here's another one. As you can see, you look hard enough, you're gonna see the 3 point line. But from afar, like I said, like from certain angles, you're not gonna see it. You're just looking too hard if you saw it like right off the bat. Cause I